Are you a new or returning player coming back into Battlefront 2 in 2025? Well, don't fear, because this is the series for you. Welcome to the How To series, where we break down every hero in Battlefront 2, from the dark side to the light side, from saber heroes to blaster heroes. This is the series for you. We will break down every single hero's star cards, abilities, general kit, and strengths and weaknesses. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, my name is Swag and welcome back to this series of How To, where we discuss how to play as every single hero in this game. We'll be judging things like their abilities, looking at their general kits, looking at their cards, their strengths and weaknesses. And for today's episode, we are going to do our first dark side hero, or villain should I say, of Darth Maul. Darth Maul, in my opinion, is a very underrated character. You know, he's very hard to play, so I guess that might deter new players from playing him. But, you know, he's a really cool character. If you love him from the Clone Wars and the other series, do play him, try him out. We will definitely have a section for his weaknesses and strengths, because those are going to be very important for Maul, because Maul is a very high skill curve character, I'd say. He is very squishy, but if you know how to play him right, he can cook. So as always, we will start with our abilities. Darth Maul's left ability, Furious Throw. Darth Maul holds his lightsaber, damaging all enemies it touches. It's basically like Vader's lightsaber throw, where you throw the lightsaber and then you do two instances of damage. One where you throw forwards, and then one where the lightsaber comes back to you. Most of the time, if your opponent is blocking, usually you'd only be able to hit the person when the lightsaber comes back to you. That's completely fine. There's nothing you can really do about that. You can do a combo with the chokehold, where you do your Furious Throw, and then the first lightsaber hit will obviously not register because they're blocking. But when the lightsaber comes back, it will hit them. And there's actually a little bit of time, or like a second, where the opponent gets staggered, and while they're staggered, you can actually hit a chokehold on them. I'm not sure if I have any clips of that, but if I do, I'll show them. The problem with Maul's lightsaber throw is that, unlike Vader, when you throw your lightsaber, you cannot block. With Vader, when you throw your lightsaber, you can block. So, if you're going against an aggressive Luke player who is, again, nice and close to you, and you throw your lightsaber, you are basically unable to block in the moments when that lightsaber is thrown. And the lightsaber can get thrown for like 2 seconds, I'd say, right, give or take, in the whole distance it travels. And obviously, if you put cards on it and they make the range of the throw even longer, then it's going to take even longer for it to come back. But if you're going against a really aggressive, like let's say Luke, who is going to be in your face all the time, you will not be able to block any of that damage, and you will take a lot of beating from the Luke. So you want to be a little bit careful when you're using Furious Throw. Just make sure you're incrementing a lot of dodges in there. Maul is a very agile character, so you want to be moving around very quickly. You want to be dodging left, right, and center all the time with Maul, so that you can confuse your opponents with how speedy and fast you are, like Luke, for example. But that is just a little bit of something you need to play with Maul about and look into his Furious Throw, because if you use it incorrectly, you're just going to take a lot of damage. So make sure you're really fast, dodging a lot, and make sure you don't really mess up the throw. Into his middle ability, Chokehold. Darth Maul uses the Force to choke his enemies before throwing them to the ground. Mostly this is usually for knockback or pushing people off the map. That's kind of the main selling point of this, I think. If you're playing on like Kashyyyk or Bespin, Chokehold is an extremely fun ability to use. As far as how it is in dueling, from a dueling perspective, there is some tech you could do where you chokehold them and then throw your lightsaber in the sky and try and hit them that way. Pretty hard to land. It's just something that requires practice. I've never actually done that myself. There is something you can do with a chokehold where you do like a spin attack when you choke your opponent, and then you use spin attack immediately to try and close the distance by the time they fall to the ground, so that you can land some basic attacks on them. But mostly chokehold is for I mean, you could play it offensively or defensively. Defensively, as in if the opponent is getting choked and you push them, you could run away and recover some health and stamina, right? Or you could use it offensively, where you choke hold, maybe do a lightsaber throw by the time they hit the floor, or spin attack to cover distance and get closer to them. So it has some utility there. And finally, spin attack. Darth Maul leaps forward, executing a high velocity lightsaber spin attack. Great for movement. You can cover a lot of distance from one part of the map to the other, or great for kind of confusing your opponent and getting behind them, because there are people that have low sensitivity and this kind of move really screws with them because they can't turn fast enough to react. And if you get two spin attacks and then you're zooming past them left and right, they're going to have to turn around a lot. And in that moment, you could potentially get a few hits in there. But mostly the only issue with spin attack is that it doesn't go through block, unlike Yoda's attacks. So it's very unreliable for damage, but is the great thing about it is the movement. That's the kind of main point of this. The fact that you're able to go around your opponents very quickly, cover some distance, maybe retreat if you wanted to recover some health and stamina, stuff like that. Not a bad ability overall. But now on to Maul's cards. Unfortunately, Maul does have some issues with his cards that we need to address, so we'll start off firstly with lightsaber defense. I'm going to unequip everything first. Firstly, we got lightsaber defense, where it states that Darth Maul receives less damage from blasters. And obviously you want to make sure you have purple cards for everyone, but this card has a hidden effect as well. That's I didn't know for quite a while until I started playing Maul more frequently, and then kind of looking at more tutorials of him. But this has a hidden effect where your your spin attack without the card gives you no damage reduction, meaning you're going to be taking a lot of beating when you use your spin attack. This card actually gives you a 60% damage reduction when you take any source of damage when you use the spin attack, which is incredible. Damage reduction cards are always great to have because as a sign of a good card in Battlefront 2, if it gives you more health regen, health, stamina, or damage reduction, this card in a hidden way gives you more damage reduction on your spin attack, which is always valuable for someone who has very squishy HP. Taking less damage is always valuable. So this is a card you definitely want to make sure you utilize, and it's something that's really useful when you're doing a lot of aggressive playstyles or Maul, using a lot of spin attacks. So this card is very valuable to Maul. As far as its main effect of giving you blaster damage reduction, 16% isn't that great as a purple card. It's mainly the 60% damage reduction you get. That's the real kicker there. Next, thrown to Sloan. When Darth Maul chokes holds 2 or more enemies, the damage is increased. At purple card, it says it's 30 bonus damage. It's actually not. It's more like, I think 20 or 10. I can't remember. It's significantly less. So if you're going for choke cards, I would say don't go for this one. I don't see anyone run it in like Galactic Assault or anything like that, so the damage just doesn't seem to be too great. So I would stay away from this card if possible. Range throw. Furious throw travels faster, and a purple card, this gives you a 50% increased range. This card can be very useful, I guess, if you are going against an opponent who's always backing away, or maybe you got some troopers who are hiding like a pretty long distance away. Range throw can actually be pretty useful at tagging them. You know, if you find that your throw is very short, then putting on range throw might be good for getting those opponents who are further away or kind of at a mid-range distance away from you. So this card can actually be somewhat useful. The only issue is that when you throw your lightsaber without the card, right, but this also matters with the card, you cannot block. And it takes like a second or two for the lightsaber to return back to you. With range throw, now you're throwing it a further distance. That means the lightsaber has to take more time to come back to you. So now you are more vulnerable for more time when you have this card equipped. So that's just something to understand when you play Maul. If you find that the extra seconds that you are vulnerable just doesn't affect you and you know how to keep your distance, then this is fine. But if you find that you are someone who plays really close to opponents and you have range throw on and you throw your lightsaber when they're really close to you, this can be a big issue for you and Maul, because that leaves you vulnerable for more time, means you can get hit by more lightsabers and force attacks, so very, very dependent on how spaced you are from your opponents. Fool Me Once, a card that I used to run, now I don't because I understand it more. This card also doesn't work properly, and at purple cards, 10% reduction in, the recharge rate increase for Maul. So Fool Me Once states that the recharge rate is faster all Darth Maul's abilities. As a purple card, 10% is honestly nothing. It's complete trash. Based on what the wiki says, the recharge rate for each ability is about 5 seconds, which is not great, to say the least. So this card, even as a purple card, is just very useless and just doesn't provide that much of a beneficial effect. And in reality, it actually gives you less recharge rate. So probably don't run this card. And yeah, it was a big mistake that I used to run for a while. But now I know the card is shit, and I have other builds with more that are more interesting to play than rather just focusing on this small recharge rate increase of like 2% or whatever it is. Forceful Thrust. Chokehold throws enemies farther away. And as a purple card, you get 100%. This is honestly super fun to run when you have Kashyyyk, Bespin, Camino, all those maps where you can throw opponents off the edge. This is super funny to have. And if you can do a thing with Maul where you have Grievous on your team and you do a chokehold into a Grievous's thrust, it can lead to some funny ass clips that I've done a few times with my friends. So definitely fun for throwing people off the map. In dueling perspectives, don't have this card. You don't want to be throwing your opponents that far away because that just gives them time to regen health and stamina. So, as far as a dueling perspective, don't use this, but from knocking people off the map, this is very fun to use. Flow Motion. Darth Maul can do one extra spin attack, but the recharge rate is slightly slower. Okay. In dueling, maybe you could make some sort of play with this if you prefer doing lots of spin attacks, but I think in dueling, his lightsaber throw is better. There are some card combos you can do to make flow motion a little bit better. Like, for example, the 60% damage reduction you get from lightsaber defense can pair well with this, because that means you'll be getting 60% damage reduction when you use your spin attack, and you get 3 of those with this card. So that can be a play you could do. You can possibly do with this, right? And as a purple card, a 10% recharge time increase is not too bad, to be honest. So that's something that you could potentially have equipped in your build for Maul. I think for this card, you're mainly using it for things like Galactic Assault, when you have to cover a lot of distance, and so having that third extra spin attack can be valuable. And also the spin attack can be good for just doing a little bit of damage as well to troopers, and troopers are generally weak anyway. So this can be pretty nice to have for movement and doing a little bit of damage, and obviously razzling and dazzling your opponents and confusing them, so this can be nice. Savage. If Darth Maul hits 4 enemies with spin attack for a short time, his spin attack recharge rate will be 75% faster for 4 seconds. Definitely not like a HVV or dueling sort of card by any means. More for Galactic Assault or Supremacy or Co-op. And the thing with Savage is you don't necessarily have to hit 4 enemies. If you hit something 4 times, you will get the increased recharge rate. So that's just something to keep in mind. As far as how it plays in Galactic Assault, it can be nice to pair. There are some cards you can power up. So let's say you could do Savage, maybe Flow Motion and Lightsaber Defense for like a full-on spin build. If you wanted to do that, that could be very nice. This might be more of a Galactic Assault Supremacy sort of build, because Flow Motion is great for covering distance, and these cards just synergize really well with each other. So that could be something you potentially do for those trooper modes, if you will.
Next up, accelerated throw. Darth Maul flings his furious throw more violently, making it deal more damage. So it says 20 bonus damage. Now, with accelerated throw, or with any lightsaber throw, you do two instances of damage. One where you throw it at the opponent, and then one where the lightsaber comes back to you. Since this is saying 20 bonus damage as a purple card, you'll be doing 40 extra damage in total if you land the initial lightsaber attack and then the one where it comes back to you. So 40 extra damage is not actually too bad for Maul. And I think for Maul, generally playing into his lightsaber throw ability is better than his spin attacks, IMO. Because with the lightsaber throw, you can kind of keep your distance and just chip away at their health just a little bit. So this is actually really nice to have for just sort of applying pressure on their stamina, health, stopping their health regen, and this is all really good to have with doing extra damage, especially in dueling. And finally, Unrolled Grip. Chokehold has an increased AoE of 30% as a purple card. From the perspective of maybe HVV, let's just say HVV, where you're playing into those maps where you can push people off, you could do something like Unrolled Grip, Forceful Thrust, and then maybe light. You don't want to do Thrown to Sloan. Don't do that. Something like this, just to ensure that enemies who are not necessarily far away, because AOE doesn't necessarily mean that the opponents. So the thing about AOE is it doesn't increase the range of which you can grab opponents. It's the area around you. So like if you know like the radius of a sector, right? Or the area of a sector, it's like increasing the area of a sector basically. But the radius doesn't increase. Right. Maybe I'll throw up an image so it's less confusing, but that's what AoE means. It's the area around you, not necessarily the increased range you get from the ability with this card. So just kind of understand the difference here. It's not range, it's the area around you. So you're able to get more space around you with this card. As an overall build for Maul, what could you do for things like HVV or Hero Showdown for dueling? Personally, something I've been running is lightsaber defense, definitely 100%. The 60% reduction you get from the lightsaber spin is very useful to have, especially when people know how to parry lightsaber or how to parry the spin attack. Having this 60% damage reduction ensures you don't get punished as hard. And accelerated throw is something I definitely do run for the extra bonus damage to my lightsaber throw, and I would throw in ranged throw as well. I used to run Fool Me Once, but now I don't, so just probably don't run that because the benefits from Fool Me Once are just not so minuscule and just so not worth doing. You'd be better off running some of these cards that provide even bigger benefits for you personally. So this build is more of like a lightsaber thrower build. That's generally what I think most people agree with. Alternatively, you could maybe play into spin attacks, but probably not this one because you need to hit 4 targets. You're not going to be doing that. Maybe you could do something like flow motion, accelerated throw. If you think you suffer from range, maybe do range throw, but I think accelerated throw is generally better if you know how to like control distance. Probably don't go for any choke builds in either Galactic Assault or HVV or dueling, unless you are playing a map like, for example, Kashyyyk, Bespin, or Camino, where you can ledge people off the map. Those are really fun to do, so you could potentially play into this build, which is, yeah, it's great when you can see 4 people fly off the map and plummet to their death. That's really satisfying to hit. So potentially you could do like a unroll grip, forceful thrust, and let's say lightsaber defense. So, I mean, the third card is kind of whatever you want, to be honest, except Fool Me Once and Thrown to Sloan for ledging. For Galactic Assault Supremacy Co-op, what are we running? Well, there are a few variations you could do. You could play into lightsaber throw, so that and we want to do lightsaber defense as well, so that we're making sure that we're hitting opponents from far away, so that we're doing a lot of damage with the lightsaber throw, and Maul's agility should help us from taking less damage. And in trooper modes, everyone's going to be shooting blasters at you, so the 16% reduction is actually a little bit beneficial for us as well. So I would definitely have this with this build. Or you could argue maybe a spin attack build because there's going to be loads of troopers. You'll definitely be able to hit 4 opponents in a short amount of time. You get 3 spin attacks, so it's very easy to proc this card. And intrinsically, we're getting that lightsaber defense and the 60% damage reduction from this card when we use spin attack. So technically, we have 3 spin attack cards that we could potentially use for Galactic Assault Supremacy Co-op, and definitely a good build to try out. As far as this like triple choke build, I don't see its value in like Galactic Assault Supremacy. The Throne to Sloan just, I don't think insta kills anyway. But you shouldn't really be playing too much into his choke. So yeah, I would mostly say play into his lightsaber throw and his spins, and enjoy Maul because Maul is a very agile character and he definitely has a high skill curve. So yeah, get used to playing him and understanding how his kit works as far as his strengths and weaknesses, because Maul has a few of those. Firstly, Maul is a very squishy character. He does not have a lot of HP and he can get punished very easily. How is this? Well, when Maul uses literally any of his abilities, he is vulnerable because Furious Throw, you cannot block, and if someone's being really aggressive to you, they can potentially hit you with a force attack, knock you down, and punish you. Chokehold, if you miss the choke, if the opponent blocks or they dodge it or whatever, and you miss the choke, you're stuck in like a 2-second animation before you can actually move or dodge, so you're just stuck there, invulnerable, you can't block, and you're performing the choke animation, and the opponent is just gonna hit you and whoop your ass so hard that you're gonna lose so much of your HP. And the thing that sucks about Maul is he's kind of like Luke, but his health regen is worse. Like Luke, when Maul takes damage, he does not have a lot of health. Like the amount of health he recovers back is very little. But unlike Luke, Luke has the best health regen speed in the game. Maul doesn't really have that. His is kind of like in the middle as far as health regen speed. So with Maul, I'd say his health regen is definitely something that's not great. His health is very squishy, and he doesn't recover a lot of that health back. So that's something you need to keep in mind. That's what I think a lot of new players struggle with is underestimating underestimating his health and health regen and trying to be too aggressive. Because if you don't know how to play aggressively effectively, you will die most of the time. And I've seen this with many Maul players. They don't really know how to use his kit. They spam a spin attack whenever they get the chance to, and then they get punished with it. They get parried. They miss their chokehold, their lightsaber throw. They're throwing it really close at the opponent, and the opponent is just gonna beam you down. So that's something you need to keep in mind of as far as his general stats go. His stamina is actually not too bad. Then again, Maul, the thing with Maul is you can retreat quite often, and if you ever feel like you're in a situation where your health regen is really bad, or like you're taking a lot of damage and you don't have much stamina left, spin attack regenerates quite quickly. So if anything, it's very easy to run away if you're in a situation where you're taking a lot of damage or you need to recover stamina. So that's something to keep in mind. And with Maul, I would generally recommend you play him aggressively, though. Even though I said there are some disadvantages of him being played aggressively if you don't understand how to do that. If you do know how to play Maul aggressively and you know how to do things like hook swings, you know how to move behind your opponent, oh my god, he can be so elusive. He's like a dark side version of Luke, because Luke is very fast as well and agile. Maul is, I think, maybe better than Luke as far as agility goes. So he's probably one of the fastest dark side or general saber users in this game, and that's definitely a skill you need to play into for Maul, is understanding how to play him effectively when he's super fast, how to understand how to play behind your opponents, and using the abilities to confuse your opponents. So like using spin attack to go through the enemy and then get behind them, so that you can hit them from behind and get some damage in. Maul's actual attack speed is also really good. Very fast attack speed. His damage might be a bit lacking, but that's to balance his attack speed. So in general, you want to play into hitting a lot of saber attacks into the opponent. And that is generally Maul summarized in a nice juicy video. As far as his appearance goes, I mean, they could have done so much more. I don't know why they didn't add a hooded Maul. I think his Old Master. Honestly, I think his Sith Apprentice look is so much cooler than Old Master, but that is my opinion. But yeah, I definitely prefer Sith Apprentice over Old Master. And my Maul is level 202, so I think I have some valid explanations that I've given in this video. And I don't really play co-op with Maul. This is probably mainly just HVV and playing Hero Showdown. This whole level 200 shit. So yeah, very nice. I'll show a quick HVV game that you guys can look into how I play him, and maybe you can understand where his weaknesses come from and where he is effectively very strong in. So I hope you guys enjoy and watch the HVV game, and I will see you later. Oh, we're all lightsabers.
Oh, I'll take. Oh my god.
Who's Dooku?
Holy fuck, I just line up.
Is that
So if
fun?
I'm Dooku, I'm leaving the fucking game if I'm Dooku, bro.
No, chill.
Swear I'm leaving the fucking game if I'm Dooku.
No.
James, I'm telling you right now, if I'm Dooku, I'm leaving this game.
I respawn. You gonna be them? The good lightsabers will take.
I can't, bro. I have to die as him.
You.
I have to die as him. It doesn't let me change my character.
Just gotta be quick on the fingers.
I'm gonna be Bosk. This fucking ellipse.
Oh, I'm getting smoked.
Finn, come here, you fucking.
Oh, I'm
monk.
lagging so much.
Come on. Yeah, you fucking dead, you monk.
Garrus, did you see me lag?
Who the fuck wants it? You
No.
fucking want to come over? Yeah, fuck off, little man. You fucking little man. You fucking fuck it.
Oh, I'm Boba Fett. Boba Fett on this one.
Hook swing. Hook swing. On 90 HP.
Oh, I'm sure.
Ray, you want it? You want it, Ray? Oh, fuck, I just got fucking a headbutt.
Oh.
Oh, Ray's killing me.
Obi-Wan's so. Guys, someone kitten.
Shh, I'm putting aim assist on.
God damn it.
Don't worry, Pooh, because I'm coming.
Shit, Jamie's.
Lag it in.
Get out of there.
Going in with my rocket, bro.
He died.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yo, Gary, you want some extra, you want some more fragrances, right?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Oh, I accidentally killed Luke.
Oh, who the fuck is this guy? Yo, Anakin's got choked behind me. Kill him. Nice.
Hey, boss. Damn, bro.
James.
Okay, oh, I'm lagging.
Where the hell's that, bro? Where the hell's that? Uh-oh, found him. This ain't good, James.
I'm on Yoda, man.
Someone save me.
Why Yoda, bro? Allow me.
Someone please save. I'ma fucking kill both you motherfuckers.
Brother,
Bro.
I really.
Fighting their own fights.
You're still alive.
I just spawned in, buddy. Okay, I just spawned in, little bro.
I'm lagging.
Bro.
Oh my. How did I kill some?
Can we please kill Luke, bro? That brother one health. How did I get the kill? Anakin, my good friend.
Guys, I'm lagging so much.
Luke, I promise you don't want to smoke, bro. Okay, he Loki wanted to smoke.
Oh, the.
James, you wanna come rape me right now, buddy?
No! Get a fight.
Come here, James.
Fucking mind tricks. What's your.
Hey.
Damn, bro, boss grenades spawning so fast.
Not for that Gabriel's, bro. Why Gabriel's is cringe.
Guys, tell me fucking Yoda.
Just run jump. Hold the jump button.
Here.
Yo, I just fucking killed him with my grenade. Oh, someone help me, it's Anakin. Please. Why is he just coming for me? Where the fuck is he? Where
I
do
know
you
what.
now?
Oh yeah. I was scums.
Oh, there's a guy behind me. Luke behind me. I done 400 of health of damage to him. I'm not, what did I even just say? Fuck. I'm so good.
Wait, are you dead?
Hey.
Dead? Me? You skunk?
Just ask the question. Oh hell no. Oh shit.
You can't be serious, bro. James, get him!
Didn't look like I'm
James, you
trying
know
to
you
do
got a guy coming behind you. Oh, Gabriel save us, please. Yeah, Bob's gun is a little bit cheeks. I just fucking meleeed him. Where's Ray?
Oh, I've been mind tricked.
If they're close to you, you
dying.
need to hit fire.
This guy's actually chasing me like some actual homeless individual.
Sorry, it's hell man!
It's not funny, James. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Bro, shut up man, look at your point.
Damn.
Is it, yeah? Fucking lightsaber hero bomb. No skill.
No skill here.
Yeah, no skill.
Level
You heard me.
7 saying no skill.
Shut your ass up. Level 300 Luke. Yeah, you a bum.
Bro, and
Eat my
you live off
cheeks.
that
Eat my
one time.
cheeks. Eat my cheeks right now.
Talk to me when you have gold at least like 5 guns.
My cheese, bro. Melee him.
Kill Obi-Wan. This don't count.
Nah, my gun don't even go through block. That's so crazy. That'd be kind of OP though. What am I talking about?
Bro, I'm not fine over.
I can't even think I can jump up here, bro.
Let me shoot him with some. Oh, fucking Obi-Wan just pits off me.
Help me! Never mind, I want to clutch 2v1.
Yeah, bro, you're winning no 2v1, man.
Brother, I literally just did, so shut
No,
up.
you didn't. The Vader was actually right behind you. You
Yeah, but I could have done it without him. We both know.
No. I want to get, I'll go you. I'll get you, Luke. Oh, Luke, fuck off. Guys, save me.
It's so ass, bro.
They just didn't let me jump. James, you better fucking watch your back on this shit tonight. If you see,
I'm lagging.
I'm gonna feel some fingers coming up from beneath your bed, because I know the bottom of your bed was broken last time I was at your house.
How do you remember?
How did that happen, James? You wanna... How did that happen, huh?
Wait.
How did that happen?
Darth Vader,
Let's fucking go.
no one ends an argument like a Dark Lord of the Sith.
James, man. I literally got 2 less kills than you, and I'm using a gun. That's crazy.
Bro, you might have assist. Okay, how much assist?
I don't know.
Tell me, bro.
Like, 99%?
Why not?
Yeah, I got look, 1 kills.
You definitely got like 1 kill on the rest of it.
I was gonna clip this, but then we talked about fingering bombs.
What?
So I don't think this is
No, bro,
PG
that's
friendly.
funny.